What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of DC's Da Police. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while longer and continue to become a police force that is stronger. So we'll end our day here. I don't think we're going to have any storyline. They seem to have like a bunch of storyline at the beginning of chapters, and then from there you play for a while until something happens. And then once the crazy thing happens, they repeat the process. How we doing over here? We did good, right? Okay, everybody's happy with us. Massive day-long power outage in city center. Bikers donate blood at Central Hospital. Elementary school students stuck on Ferris wheel. That doesn't seem newsworthy. Like right now as we speak. Man, you guys get the news out quick. I got a friend that got stuck on a ride at let's see. Last few months have been antidepressants 3 times a day, but I ran out of my prescription. The pharmacy said they're getting more tomorrow. I'm afraid without the pills, I'm not going to be much good. My mind keeps digging up all kinds of disturbing thoughts. Can I go home? Yep, but come in tomorrow. You don't have a choice. Anyways, I got a friend that got stuck on a roller coaster at Marine World for like 4.5 hours because they had to have the fire department come out with the big ladder thing, the big like basket thing to get people off. The city hall request was approved. We get 10% more. And we got another police officer. So let's jump into affairs. We can get Ken Oshiro, Hanlano, Hanranahan. I don't know if I trust that. We got Johnny Ion. Let's get Oshiro for shift B, please. Well, actually, how many do we have? So we got 7 on shift A. Seven on shift B. We could use a floater. So we'll put him in for B right now. Unfortunately, he won't be able to come out today, and so we've only got 6 officers to handle what could be a nasty day, but we'll keep our heads up and hopefully this will work out okay. So far, so good. 2 hours without any calls. Well, jinxed it. Right in front of the store, a strange man came around the corner and accosted a young woman as she left the bakery. The owner of the bakery thinks it could be the dentist. You've got to understand, he's scaring my customers. Well, since he's there messing with people, send somebody out, but I'm not going to lend much credence to the whole dentist thing. Just send a couple people over there to go eyeball it. Maybe I could have sent more people, absolutely, but it's still early on in the day and we don't know what calls we're going to get. There's a fight at Freeburg Elementary School. Headmaster Brianna Smith reports that 2 mothers were fighting right there in her office. She called them in to discuss the behavior of their children. It seems that Mrs. Klein's son often makes fun of the daughter of Mrs. Masters. The girl finally had enough abuse and stabbed the boy's hand with a pencil. Jesus, send Bucarico over there. Disorderly conduct. A man with 3 pit bulls entered the business center. When local security warned him that dogs were not permitted, he started threatening to let the dogs off the leash if anybody gives him trouble. We got responding to calls all over the place right now, and they're all little calls. This is kind of abnormal. Usually it's a bunch of big shit. Harassment report. The man is actually the owner of a new bakery, and he's trying to lure away Jim Baton Bakery's customers. Still, in general, not advised, so situation is more severe than we thought. Isn't that the one with the... No, do your job. You said you only needed 2 of you, so why do you need more now? The lady who stabbed a kid in the hand. Mr. Boyd, I am preparing a long article for the magazine Righteous Life, and the theme of my article is cop sodomites. According to my investigation, tragic deaths are striking 13 gay police couples across our country's great sites. A satanic pentagram is emerging from the map. Perhaps the devil is telling them that even he cannot accept them. According to my predictions, the next death will happen right here in Freeburg. The problem is that I need to visit 6 more cities, so I don't have time to wait around for it to happen. In fact, I'll only be in the city a couple of days. I hope you can somehow, accelerate the process. I'll pay you generously. And don't worry if the dead cops turn out to be straight. Like my editor says, dead men don't file lawsuits. What? It's kind of a weird situation. Fight was taken care of. Bucarica gets himself. If you send them by themselves and they handle a crime, they should get extra points. Just for being like, I don't know, musky man bastards, just going out there and getting it done, for exuding musk and just forcing people to listen to their will. We have a massacre. We got an anonymous tip that the dentist broke into the women's clinic and is killing the patients. Nope. Bill Buckler says that some madman came to his farm with a hatchet and started attacking cows and other animals. St. Gibbons. Aquino and God Bomber. God Bomber's almost there. Normally I just send 2 people, but he's almost at 300, which is where we can start to trust him with things, so. This game isn't so bad. Once you figure out the equilibrium for stuff, it's just that RNG gets you a lot of the time. George D. Mr. Boyd, I want to shoot a scene featuring one of the finest landmarks of your fair city, the Corn Monument. This is a public place, so please send 4 officers to assist. They'll keep the curious children at reasonable distance and rein in the men and any protesting hypocrites, explaining that everything is being done according to the law. There's only one condition. The cops can't touch the actress. She's not just some kind of whore. I don't have 4 guys to send, so I'm a little bit deficient right now. Seeing the police, the intruder puts up his hands, but he is still holding a weapons. Slowly approach, pistol at the ready, knock the knife out of his hands. I mean, how about drop it or I'm going to fill you full of lead? That would be my approach. Put the weapon down or I'm going to shoot you more times than you ever thought you could be shot in your entire life. How about that? You about to catch a clip. Everything is fine at the clinic. It was all just a story invented by pro-life activists. Called the police as part of a campaign to attract attention to the issue of abortion, which is carried out in the clinic. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about par for the course for the crazies we have in this country. Assault with a deadly weapon. A man called in from a phone booth saying that he's under attack by a sniper. I can't get out. He shoots the asphalt in front of my feet when I open the door. I don't know what he wants from me, but when I first got in here, there was a note glued to the phone book. It says, "Don't move." You for real? That's like some, movie shit. We have a hostage situation with a fatal casualty. So we have 2 big calls that we have to respond to here. If we've got a sniper, this quest is kind of in poor taste given, recent events. Ah, well, it's a video game. No way they could have known. I mean, technically, there's going to be a mass shooting, every week or so now. If, as a culture, we've all just decided we're going to accept this and we're not going to do anything about it, then I feel like sarcasm and just, shrugging about it is the best we can do. Let's see. We could go... Assault with a deadly weapon. Who do I want to send? God, I don't know. And what was this one? This one was a homicide or a hostage situation with a homicide. Send out 2 officers in the paddy wagon. This one right here will send out everybody else and SWAT. And hopefully that'll just work for us. What it seems to me is, though, if you take the money-making opportunities, you almost always miss out on calls. It's fairly consistent with regards for the way the developers do that, to the point where it's predictable, actually. Anytime one of those calls comes up, I normally just assume that if I go and I make the money off the thing, another big call is going to come in 5 minutes later and you're going to miss it. And it's been proven pretty much every time. Man wearing a suit is crashed on the floor and the booth surrounded pavement is decorated with bullet holes. A crowd of onlookers is gathered on the other side of the street watching what happens from a safe distance. Look at the windows and rooftops of the nearest houses. The sniper begins to bombard the phone booth with bullets. One of the onlookers says the shots are coming from an 8th floor window. Run into the building where the shots came from. Well, there you go. Problem solved. Hostage crisis averted. A bunch of Elvis impersonators that gathered around the door. Inside is a mad, dressed like Elvis, scared to death. A man, I think they meant. Scared to death, and a woman with a knife. Shoot the woman with a taser. It's amazing how many opportunities I get in this game to indulge my fantasy of shooting people with tasers. It happens frequently. Let's see, we got a suspicious individual over here. I am the dentist. I killed all of these women. Arrest me, I wish to confess. I have my sincerest doubts, amigo. I have my sincerest doubts. When do I get paid for that cocaine? When is that coming back through? When you need to get paid so you can get yourself laid. Cocaine. When you ride with cohorts, but you really need to snort cocaine. Or did I already get the money from the sale? I can't remember. Man in rags was homeless and tired of starving on the streets. Yeah, I was going to say, if I was hella hungry, I'd just commit a crime and then I'd go to jail. Especially if I lived in one of the countries where they have really nice jails where you get, like, rec time and you get, like, an apartment and whatnot. I mean, I don't know. Just go do something, like, mundane so you can get a meal in you. Wooden Horse Toy Store donates toy trucks to orphanage. City Hall vows to solve water crisis. Fighter Air. Everybody's happy with me. Hooray, a watch pot never boils. Fighter Air show taking place outside city. Let's get this thing underway. I was up all night reading books. No, you may not skip a day of work because you were up all night reading books. And then classes here along with Racha. Man, we got a good shift today. I'm going to go with this one right here. I'm going to take everything from that one because we're almost at 100,000. We've got 45-year-old Maria Camila Solis, employee at City Hall, was found brutally murdered in her apartment. And there goes one of our deployments. I probably could have gone for a third request too, like another SWAT deployment a day or something, but I'll wait around for next time. We'll try 3 if we have 3 green thumbs. Animal abuse. Some students are claiming that the dentist showed up during their biology lesson and carved up some live frogs with his drill. And I guess that it's a biology class and nobody wants to do the work. Just received a call from a university lecturer who reports that his first-year student went to the board during a lecture, took down his pants, and defecated right in front of the entire class. Maybe it was some sort of hazing or rite of passage. That or he's just really unimpressed with your teaching style. That one feels like it could go either way. You've got the gist of the situation. Head on over there. Looking decency. He was able to bring that one on back in, hopefully without getting his hands too slimy. Animal abuse. Students just wanted to cause trouble and made up the whole story. Yeah, I could have told you that was what was going to happen because everything with the dentist is a false alarm. Every single one. To be fair, we've made $100,000. That's not exactly a bad. I mean, it's not going to last forever, but it's definitely padding. And for the 70s, it's not, you know, a minute amount of money, which I think is when it's supposed to be right now. Man, it's been quiet as hell today. There ain't nothing going on. Ain't nothing but clarinet music in the suburbs. I bet tonight's gonna be hella rowdy though. That's okay, we have enough officers. Papa Carl's. Richard Lester, the manager of Papa Carl's Pizzeria, reported that a deranged elderly man quarreled with an employee because the line was too long. Unsatisfied, he pulled out a gun and shot the employee in the stomach. The other customers fell into a panic and made a break for the door, but he fired several shots into the air and ordered everybody to finish their meals. B-team, go! I don't know if we need the paddy wagon for this. We should probably send out SWAT now that it's a hostage situation, though. I mean, by definition, it's essentially a hostage situation. Maybe we'll get guns from it that we can sell and make more money. Mr. Boyd, I would like to offer you a great opportunity to make some real money. Just send 2 policemen to the store that will pretend they're trying to stop a robbery. Let me be clear, the robbers must leave the crime scene intact with the cash. Okay. I like getting paid money. There's a clear view from the street. The suspect is sitting at a table in the corner, quietly eating his pizza. There's a gun next to him. There are about a dozen other people in the restaurant. Want to speak with the man with the... Actually, just storm it. Whatever. Let's not beat around the bush here. They said it was a real money-making opportunity, so hopefully I get paid. I've got a bad feeling both cops are gonna die, though. Luckily, I'm just now starting to get people to the point where they'll become helpful, but I can't lose Jack Black at this point, or Meatloaf, or whatever you want to call him. There's a theft in the suburbs. Chanel Waldreau arranged a reception at his home for rich friends, about 30 people. Towards the end of the evening, when the servants began to take away the dishes, they noticed about 10 silver cutlery items were missing. Nobody's left the house yet, so the thief is still here. Retiree Martha Meyer called in to complain about her neighbor, Roberto Morales. I haven't seen his wife, and last night I saw him burying something in the backyard. Today I asked him where his wife was, and he mumbled something about a business trip. I'm afraid that he's done something to her. All the time I hear them arguing and cursing at each other. Robbins take Grant and Racha. Mitchell take Dixon and Class. And then Peterson and Gist, the report. Boss, we felt like useless clowns in there in front of eyewitnesses, too. From now on, you can do your dirty work without us. $25,000. Holy shit. In exchange for them losing a lot of points, though. They lost about 4 jobs worth of points, which is disappointing. But what exactly is the cost of a man's XP? What is the material of his soul? Massacre. Several men dressed in camouflage entered the restaurant carrying sports bags. They asked for a table, asked for a meal, and then took out guns from the bags and opened fire in all directions. That one's just not going to get... I'm not going to lose officers. Oh no. The guests are eating dessert and talking about politics. Oh, I don't know. Nobody's going home till we find the thief. One man, outraged by the situation, jumps up and yells that he's too honorable and important to participate in such a circus. Shut him up with a nightstick. Taking advantage of the panic, one of the guests stands up and moves towards the back door. Tackle him before he can escape. Take that, fool. Nobody talks back to the police. Marcy, we're the police, Marcy. Morales really is on a business trip, and Roberto was simply gardening and tending his roses. Roses for my garden. Martina Paulak says she heard noises then screams coming from a neighbor's apartment. She couldn't make out most of the words, but the man said, "I'll find it, then I'll shut your mouth for good, you whore." Miss Paulak added that the man who lives in that apartment is always in trouble with the law. She's repeatedly seen him carrying a gun. Okay, well, give me a second and we'll respond to it in a minute. Probably shouldn't have done that. In retrospect, I thought it was closer to closing time than it actually was. Never mind. It'll be okay. I knew. I just had to believe. Deep down, I just had to hold true to those things that are important to me. Sending overwhelming man force. Hitting rich people with nightsticks. And using my taser. Inside the apartment, there's a naked girl laying on the couch in tears. Standing next to her is a man with a gun who takes aim at the police. Just shoot him. Don't aim at the police. I'm not going to feel guilty about blasting somebody that pointed a gun at me. At that point, it becomes him or me. Brutally murdered Maria Camila Solis was long-standing employee of City Hall. 45-year-old. Yeah, it's not looking good. Dentist victim's growing older. Police station's a little bit bummed out, so we'll have to split the share of whatever money we make with them. Dentist victim's growing older. Well, aren't we all every single day? Got some terrible heartburn this morning. Nope. Take your Prilosec. Big sale going on today. I don't want to miss it. Nope. I get heartburn all the time. You don't hear me calling into work. Then again, I don't have to get shot at for a living, so that helps, but I'm going to go with Bucarica. Congratulations. Doop doop da doop da doop da doop. You paid your snitch his monthly fee or his weekly fee. When is our next request? 2 days? Okay. We still got a little bit of time to play around with. Jack, we're arranging plans for a funeral today. Everything has to go quietly and respectfully. 3 of your guys should be enough. Alright. We will go help the Sands for right now, because I'm in a money-making mood. I've decided that I would like to enrich my life by enriching my bank account. I mean, there's no guarantee he's gonna pay us. Sometimes I helped him win an entire drug war, and he never did anything for me, so this could turn into one of those Janet Jackson, like, what have you done for me lately things. Boop, boop, boop. Ooh, yeah. Viola Corley called the police and saw a naked woman sunbathing at the beach. I came here with my grandchildren. There's this woman with her legs spread apart. It's just shameless. I want this dealt with immediately. Well, if it's a beach where you're allowed to be naked... If you're not allowed to be naked, then I agree. We should probably go handle this. They're a little bit, like, it's on the edge. Like, they don't really tell you whether you're allowed to be naked at the beach. You know, they should be more specific. Like, put up some signs. You know, don't hang clam at the beach. Attempted murder. Gallery of Modern Art. The owner of a gallery phoned in a complaint about a repairman who helped install her exhibition. I made a casual remark to him, and he looked at me like he was a serial killer. He's the dentist, and I'm next on his list. No, you're not. I wonder how you get into xylophone playing. Like, how does that happen? No, you don't get any cuddles right now. You need to go away. My cat wants cuddles right now. But he just vomited all over the couch, and so... I have a rule that if he throws up on any of my stuff, I don't love him for 24 hours. I'm sorry, man. You just started your cooldown. You just started your cooldown. No love felt right now. No love felt. There's an assault at St. John's Hospital. A guest came into the hospital to check on a man named Christopher Rhodes, but he wasn't allowed in because visiting hours are over. The man became unruly and hit the nurse. Gibbons and Godbomb, PI. Send him out. Repairman didn't threaten anybody. Yeah, that's what I figured. We've got an assault over here. Stockbroker Jerome Fanigana was sitting in his office when he was attacked by an unhappy client. Jerome managed to escape and lock himself in a closet. Meanwhile, his attacker is trying to break down the door. That's taking the L right there, man. That's not a good look for you. Hiding in a closet while another man just, like, beats on you. You gotta fight back. You gotta throw hands. Don't let him come. That's your office, son. I don't know. Stab that fool with some stationery. We will send Bucarica and class. It feels weird having so many officers, like, ready to go. A man with a lacerated hand walked into the emergency room. He says he hurt his hand while drilling something at home, but I don't believe him. From the side, he just looks like the dentist. Definitely not a real call. A group of environmentalists have gathered at a fur store and begun throwing stones through the windows. So there you go. There's a call that we can respond to. Doesn't leave us with a lot of manpower left. Like, I probably could have gone a little lighter on it. But I've got all thumbs up, and I'm trying to make sure that everybody levels up. The suspect is under arrest, but the whole time he's resisting and demanding to be allowed to visit the patient. He's my brother. He won't survive until the end of the week. Let him visit the room, but keep him under arrest. I'm not heartless. I'm just not cruel. Some people are, but I'm not. Customers and employees are running out of the store. The security guard is trying to reason with the protesters. One of the activists throws a Molotov cocktail through the window. Some coats catch fire. I mean, I want to make money. Fur coats are expensive as hell. Call the department and attack the activists with nightsticks. Although I don't think it would be attacking anymore. I think that would be defending yourself because they threw Molotov cocktails at us. I mean, it seems real justifiable to me. Like, oh, they threw a Molotov cocktail at the police. What did they expect me to do? Not club them? The man really did hurt his hand at home. He didn't look like the dentist either in the profile or from the front. Pop star Alana Moraes can't get to her concert because her bus is surrounded by fans. The singer's manager is afraid the fans will tear her to pieces. You gotta come over here and sort this out. This is more than our security can handle. I'll send out a couple. I'd like to keep a few on staff just in case they hit us with like a mass murder or something at the end of the day. They have that tendency. That was a real payday. 25 grand, man. I can't believe how much we just got paid for that. Can you imagine pulling down 25 grand like in one day? I can't even imagine what that would feel like. Probably be pretty good for the self-confidence in all honesty. Offenders were caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Good. Absolutely fantastic. Kind of a chill day. Not bad at all. Sometimes they get hectic. Like yesterday, we had to decide between like 2 calls that each require like 10 officers. You got to be careful about that shit because you don't know if you're going to lose people or not. Song's got a little bit of like a ragtime vibe to it. Like some of the actual chord progressions. Seriously? Nothing's gonna happen for the rest of the day? I mean, I'm not complaining. Lucky me, but... Alright. My name is Splattercat. I will see you all next time. Thanks for coming. This is the police. Whoop whoop. I'll see y'all in tomorrow's episode. Bye, everybody.